Hello there everyone, today we are back playing Genshin Impact. Act 3 of the Whirling Waltz has come out, so let's get on with it.
Hey everyone! We're not late, are we?
No, you're just in time. Well rested, I trust?
Staying busy keeps you sharp.
A great way to stay energetic, certainly.
Have you all started preparing?
We received word from Mr. Argenteau yesterday, confirming the time and location of the transaction. It'll take place this afternoon, and it turns out it'll be somewhere we all know pretty well, too. The film Fantasyland restaurant.
Ah, interesting.
Oh, really? Huh. He sure does like that place.
But...
Seems like you share our concerns, Traveler.
Indeed. Capturing someone in a crowded event venue will be much more challenging than in an open area. The criminal might try to blend in with the crowd, or even escape by taking hostages. In light of this, we've had to make additional preparations. As soon as we received the news yesterday, we began coordinating with the Marechaussee Phantom and the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
We'll be deploying lots of undercover agents on site. If things go south, the safety of the civilians will be our top priority. Of course, fingers crossed, everything will go without a hitch.
I noticed a bunch of familiar faces from the previous case, like Captain Chevreuse of the Special Patrol. So I'm feeling optimistic.
Chevreuse.
We'll trust your instincts, then. Oh, yeah, and by the way, we've also been in communication with Miss Lapine Pauline and Miss Navia.
The Spina di Rosula will provide support within a controlled scope, so there's no need to worry.
The only potential issue is with Miss Escoffier.
She doesn't want to serve the criminals?
It would be easy if it were that simple. All right, no more jokes. Miss Escoffier has made it clear that she doesn't want her restaurant to suffer any losses as a result of this operation. But, well, I have a feeling things might not go quite as smoothly as she hopes.
Is there anything I can do?
To be honest, we shouldn't have dragged you into this in the first place, and it's caused you quite enough trouble already. The Fontanian authorities should be able to handle the rest from here. But still, I'm guessing you'd like to see how it all turns out.
Definitely.
Well then, feel free to head down to the scene, but just stay alert and play it by ear. You won't necessarily have to do anything, unless things go pear-shaped, of course.
I'll do my best to ensure that things don't escalate to that point.
You're getting involved too, Kanich?
Of course. There are still a lot of unanswered questions, but our intel so far indicates that the culprit's from Natlan. Plus, I'm already a witness in this case. Might as well see this thing through to the end.
That's the Kanich we know and love!
The group go on to discuss the specifics of the operation and wait for things... Oh, and things to watch out for. I cannot read for the life of me. For once, the conversation goes surprisingly smoothly, perhaps because Ahau and Kakuku aren't present. It's just as well, really. Things could have gotten awkward if Ahau showed up and started cursing out New Valette.
Well, that's enough of the small talk. The operation's scheduled for the afternoon. If we're quick enough, we'll even have time for a few cups of tea before we leave.
Ooh.
Oh, and let's grab something to eat too! Can't work on an empty stomach, you know.
But won't you just be watching?
And rooting for you! It's a very important job.
Alright, I'll head over to the venue now. Ahau's been harping on for days now about this event-exclusive meal he wants to try. Guess I might as well shut him up sooner rather than later. See you in a bit.
I look forward to hearing how it all goes.
The price of every price. Okay, head to the target location. So... just to the place. Okay, cool. It's a go.
This beach seems to be getting livelier by the day.
Thanks in part, surely, to the undercover agents.
Traveler, Paimon's getting kinda hungry. Let's go check out the restaurant menu, shall we?
The guy with the case. That's got to be him. Alright, it's business time. Oh?
Your friend thought you might be thirsty. Won't you stay and drink it?
I tend to steer clear of drinks left out in the open.
You're surrounded. Give up and come with.
You lousy swine!
Stop right there!
Covering Farina's ears so she didn't have to
A
hear the
surprise
cussing.
performance! Wow! How lucky we are!
Quick, take a photo! After him!
Sorry, my guy. Unlicensed and illegally docked. This boat's not going anywhere.
It's actually really cool.
Don't let him get away!
Chevros.
Be careful!
Lowly worm! No one flies higher than the almighty Dragon Lord!
Hey.
Who's stealing my fun?
Oh my
You
god.
again! You're driving me crazy!
Cookie Poo.
All right, that's a wrap.
Ah, little bow. I like that. That was so cool. What the heck?
Unbelievable! You can't just drag someone around like that! Such blatant disregard for human life! I'm gonna sue the living daylights out of you!
Will you now? I think I did you a favor by pulling you away from your audience. Saved you some face at the very least. As for whether you were facing up or down along the way, well, that was your decision, wasn't it?
Why, you... Alright, I admit it. I was in the wrong. Oh, of course I know the difference between right and wrong, but I had no choice. I desperately needed the money. I was an expert on ancient relics. Not only did I have a successful career, but a happy family too. But my son, I never imagined he'd turn out this way. Fell in with the wrong crowd and ended up shoulder deep in gambling. We had some savings, but he drained them away like a waterfall.
Oh no. Wait, wasn't Kanicha's dad a gambler or something? Pretty sure I remember that.
Once he
being
fell into debt, he had
mentioned
creditors
somewhere.
regularly coming over to threaten and intimidate him. I'm his father. How could I just stand by and watch him suffer like that? Oh, my son is about the same age as you are. If only he could have turned out more like you. That's the only reason I needed the money. Please, believe me. You... Please, kid, I'm begging you. Help me. I see you're from Natland too. That makes us brothers. Please, have mercy. I still have a chance to help my son straighten himself out. But only if I get back. If I go to prison now, he'll be doomed, I tell you, doomed! And isn't standing together and fighting for a better future what families do? Our fate is in your hands, young man. Please, have a heart.
Something wrong, Kanich? Gone soft, have we?
I don't believe a word you say. Wriothesley had you just about figured out. You're a gambler. Pure and simple.
A gambler? Me? Nonsense! I told you, it's my son!
First of all, are you really from
I was
Natlan?
gonna say, he doesn't particularly look like he's from Natlan.
You've been keeping tabs on the gun's whereabouts this whole time. You should have recognized at least one familiar face by now. On top of that, the way you threatened to sue me? Spoken like a true Fontanian, if you ask me.
Yeah, that too.
What kind of logic is that? I can explain. I actually grew up in...
Oh my god.
I don't want to hear another word. Ahau, here's your chance. Shut someone else up for once.
The moment I've been waiting for.
What's he gonna do?
Eat this, scumbag!
Oh no.
Being a compulsive liar is one of the hallmarks of a die-hard gambler. I bet you're just a Fontanian pretending to be from Natlan. Even if you have any friends or family to speak of, I'm guessing they've long since cut all ties with you. And you have your depraved ways to thank for that. Of course, I might be wrong.
Oh my god. Bruce is getting...
But does that matter? I'm just here to arrest you. If you're looking for an advocate or a shoulder to cry on, you're out of luck. Besides, prying the truth out of you is exactly what your beloved courts are for. Isn't that right?
That's right. Guess I gotta voice Chevros as well. It's been a while, Mr. Kanich. The Special Patrol will take this criminal off your hands now.
Many thanks.
Please, I should be the one thanking you for all the help you've given us.
And me? What about me? So rude. You should be bowing down in gratitude to the almighty Dragon
Oh
Lord.
my god. As you wish. My thanks to you and also to Mr. Kukuku for your show-stopping performances. Oh.
Hey, what do you mean? Hold it right there!
I was waiting for a how to be pissy, like, what do you mean, Kukuku? Anyways, are you okay, Kanich?
Don't worry. I'm fine. I wasn't the one who just got dragged all the way here.
You seem a little upset just now.
Little Kanich, thinking back to when you were just an itty-bitty boy, Kanich, aren't ya? Ah, don't start crying like a little baby. I am the almighty Dragon Lord! No servant of mine will be seen acting so weak and pathetic in public!
What are you on about?
Bad, how? Bad.
Still, I suppose there's no point hiding it from you. To put it plainly, I can't stand gamblers. They're the most irresponsible people in the entire world. No respect for the principle that you have to give in order to get. They'll tell 1,000 lies for a single coin, deluding themselves into thinking they can use it to gamble their way to a vast fortune. But we all know that even when it looks like you're getting something for free, there's always an unseen cost. In the past, I also ended up paying a price for my father's gambling losses. I don't want anyone else to end up in a similar situation if I can help it.
Aw, Kanich.
Don't feel sorry for me. I certainly don't feel sorry for myself. They say that people are shaped by their past. And since I've made it this far, I must have done a lot of things right. We should never punish ourselves for the mistakes of others. Instead, I choose to remember the moments that helped me grow. Like when I first learned to use a grappling hook.
It's baby Kanich.
Or the very first time I yearned for knowledge.
I get it.
Yeah, I believe you. Let's get going. If we don't head back soon, we'll cause more unnecessary worry.
Yay! Traveler Kanich, you're back! We just saw Chevros taking the criminal away! She looked pretty pleased with herself.
Well, it did go smoother than expected.
So after so much running in circles, turns out he had no fight in him, huh? Guess running away was the only trick up his sleeve. Oh, also, Risley said to let you know that he's already left. He went to report back to the Palais Mermonia. Apparently, the Maréchaux say Phantom's preparing to carry out an in-depth investigation into illegal gambling activities. Sounds like they'll have their hands full. Anyway, that's for the Palais to worry about, not really our concern.
Judging by how fast the Duke took off, I'd say he was avoiding my camera. But I guess I'm used to that by now.
Hey, it's not like you to give up so easily, Charlotte.
It's fine. I got plenty of other great shots back there. More than enough for a front page spread. And on that note, this busy reporter needs to scoot. These photos won't develop themselves.
Make sure you pick the best shots of Paimon. Oh, already gone. Hope she heard that.
You can trust her judgment, Paimon. She's a professional photographer.
Yeah, you're right. But what took you all so long to get here? Did something happen?
Ahau bunked his head and started crying.
What? Rumors and slander! When have I, the almighty Dragon Lord, Ahau, ever sunk to such sniveling?
Often, actually.
Anyway, what's next?
To be honest, I haven't decided yet. At the moment, I've got nothing urgent to get back for. And in any case, the court might need me to testify again. Plus, that gun's still a key piece of evidence. I'll probably have to wait until the case is closed before I can return it to Natlan. So, I guess I'll be sticking around to enjoy the beach a little longer.
Woo! I just had a look and it turns out to get the epilogue I have to manage the theme park, I believe that's what it says. Yeah, manage the Shivamaran Film Fantasyland. I do also know that, well, it's not coming up here yet because I obviously haven't upgraded it much here. But I do also know that by upgrading the park, you can also do what is called friendly encounters, where you can have little conversations with various characters such as Varessa, Linny, Farina, etc. So I'm just gonna work on leveling up everything, well, upgrading everything here, and I will show the friendly encounter interactions. If you're curious to see them, I'll be showing them, and I'll also be showing the epilogue. Okay, so we've unlocked one of the friendly encounters, and it is the one with Seedring. So let's get in and see what Seedring has to say. Hello, Seedring.
Boring! Isn't there anything else more interesting to do?
Oh, I'm voicing her, I guess. Hey there, Nebula, Paimon. I guess she would have called me Traveler,
welcome to the Shivamaran Film Fantasyland!
You sure have your finger on the pulse. Actually, both. Navia told me about the plans at the Beauty Association's last meetup, so I've been looking forward to it since. But it becomes so popular now that everyone's talking about it, even down in the Fortress of Meripede. Many of our staff members are actually hoping to take time off to visit.
Oh, your encouragement leaves Paimon feeling even more motivated than ever!
What kind of films are you into, Seedling? Oh, well, I guess I prefer animated films. You know, the light-hearted and fun type. For example, there's a group of creators who came up with these magical stories about cute little animals. I've watched every last one of their films. Funnily enough, it just so happens that according to our new regulations, well-behaved inmates are now allowed to spend their credit coupons on watching films up to 3 times a week. I run the projector in my free time since we don't have a dedicated staff member yet. So I decided to show them films like My Neighbor Kokoro. Oh, is that a reference? Oh, it's a reference to My Neighbor Totoro. I love that. I also started showing them a famous series called Dom and Cherry. Oh my god, like Tom and Jerry. Ah! I love that. Sorry, anyways. It's super long with hundreds of episodes, but it never gets old. A bunch of hardened criminals watching films about cute little animals.
But now they've got films to watch. Even the ones who used to cause trouble might settle down a bit, right?
I love how Seedream was referencing actual like films and stuff. That was pretty cool.
We have our very own animal-themed area, by the way. We call it Mellow Manor. Customers are calling it the most relaxing place in the park.
Ooh, I've been there already. I wasn't expecting it to be so fun. There were all kinds of animals living together, ones I'd never even imagined. I almost felt like I'd stepped onto the film Zoopolis. If you've got the time, why don't you come back every day?
Oh, you mean we could invite Sejuin to be a consultant at Mellow Manor?
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, that sounds like a great idea. Sejuin's great at caring for people, and she's so warm and gentle. Looking after animals should be a piece of cake.
A consultant?
Yeah, like someone who gives advice and tells the park staff how to do their jobs better. The workload won't be too heavy, but it's important work. Besides, you'll mostly be playing with the animals.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Sign me up. As it happens, things aren't that busy in the fortress right now. Had I known you were recruiting for this position earlier, I might have even applied myself. But before I start, I'll have to make arrangements for the medical team in my absence, borrow some related books from my doctor friends, and, last but not least, prepare gifts for the animals. If it's not too inconvenient for you, why don't we meet up again at Marcotte Station sometime soon? It's settled then.
With Sejuin on board, Mellow Manor's gonna be even better than before! Paimon has a feeling our revenue's gonna shoot through the roof!
Okay. Okay, so when the next cycle comes around, I can do part 2. Cool. Okay. Hello again, Sejuin. You're here! I prepared 2 boxes of books about animals. We should be able to find the solution to any health issues they might have right away. So well prepared.
Forget health issues. Paimon wouldn't be surprised if she could actually chat with the animals once she's done reading.
Oh, wait, head nurse, please don't go. Phew, boy, am I glad I caught up with you. One of the inmates has become obsessed with those magical mouse munchies from the animated films you've been showing them, and tried making some himself with 3 days' worth of welfare meals.
Magical mouse munchies. What would that be referencing? I feel like that's a reference to something, but I'm not entirely sure. Like, I don't know, maybe Scooby snacks, but maybe not. I don't really know.
He ended up giving himself food poisoning with symptoms we've never even seen before. Please, we need your help.
We warned them not to take those films too seriously. But if you've chased me all this way, things must be pretty serious. I'm really sorry. I'll have to ask you to help me take my luggage to the amusement park for now. Before you arrived, I was thinking through some emergencies that might occur with the animals. I even started putting some suggestions together. You can give them to the staff at Mellow Manor in advance. They should come in handy soon. No rush. We'll be waiting for you.
Sejuin sure has it tough. Not only does she have to worry about taking care of her patients, she also has to clean up after those troublemakers. Why don't we prepare something tasty for her? It might help lift her spirits.
Yeah. Alrighty. Hello again, Sejuin. Phew! Problem solved at last. Sorry about that, Traveler and Paimon. The patient's condition was a bit tricky, so it took a while to deal with. You must be exhausted. Here, have a drink.
And here's a special snack, too. Hope it gets your strength back up.
Oh wow, thank you. To be honest though, things like this don't really tire me out. It's more that I just can't wrap my head around it. At the start of every children's film, they clearly state, all events and products in this film are purely fictional. Please do not try to imitate them. And yet, fully grown adults end up doing just that.
Is it because they aren't paying any attention when they're watching? Or is it some rebellious mentality? Whatever you tell me not to do, I'll do it just to prove you wrong type of thing?
Not much we can do if they don't read the warnings at all. Maybe this is starting to get a bit too deep. If I get a chance, I'll speak to His Grace and Monsignor Valette to see if we can think of a way to prevent such issues. For now, let's focus on Mellow Manor instead. I might be late, but I'm here now. Yay. So Cedrine's gonna be working there now. Cool. I assume that will have... Yeah, greatly improves the staff level in Mellow Manor. Yay! No. Now, let's go see what Veressa is up to. Since we can. Okay. Hello, Veressa.
Whoa, is that our hero, the Traveler? And Paimon, too! Oh, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. Mrs. Coiffier already told me you were the big boss here. But when I saw you just now, I forgot myself for a moment.
Me? The big boss? For real now?
Tactically speaking, the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland doesn't even have a boss, does it? Isn't it the idea that everyone works together to make it as successful as possible, and then we all share the profits? But, wait a sec. Why are you here, Veressa?
Well, officially, I'm here to promote my brand. Not long ago, Mrs. Coiffier placed an order with me for her restaurant, as she often does. In her letter, she mentioned that showcasing my orchard's products at the festival would boost sales and help build my brand recognition. After talking it through with my parents, I decided to give it a shot. Now that I'm done with the restaurant's ingredient order, I plan to sell the rest of my fruit directly to guests to help quench their thirst, of course.
The thought of enjoying fresh fruit from Natland here in Fontaine does sound pretty appealing. But with this many customers, wouldn't it be exhausting to watch the stall all day?
Huh? Am I supposed to be watching the stall the whole time?
Oh my god.
There's an attraction over there called Movie Masterpieces, right? I heard some of the challenges are based on famous films. Some of those films have even been adapted into great comics. I'd love to go give it a try.
So, you're not doing any business at all?
Back in the Collective of Plenty, I'd just set up a sign with the fruit prices, place a weighing scale and a coin jar to one side, then let people pay on their own. When closing time came around, I'd wake up and check the accounts. Not a single Mora's ever gone missing.
You've got a lot of trust in people.
To be fair, that does sound nice. People in the Collective of Plenty are a law-abiding bunch. No one would even think about taking something without paying. Makes sense that tending your stall wouldn't take too much effort. Fontanian customers are no doubt trustworthy too, but let's just say they're not used to self-service shopping. Plus, if you just leave the stall unattended as a Natlanese merchant, people here might think you're gone for good.
In that case, I'd better start acting the part. But I'll need to buy some things in the city before I officially open for business. I promised to bring back some Fontanian clockwork mecha for Kochi-an-san. Oh, and I also wanted to try a few rounds of movie masterpieces. After that, I should be able to focus on my business without getting distracted.
We'll go with you.
We might not be locals, but we've explored Fontaine quite a bit. We know our way around pretty well.
In that case, give me a moment to get some extra fruit, a price list, and my coin jar set up. I get to go shopping with the Traveler!
Nice.
I love Veressa so much. Bum, bum, bum. Veressa.
Hello, boss. I'm from the Collective of Plenty. You might recall receiving a letter from us requesting you to design some components. Wait a sec. Why does Yansan need clockwork mecha?
To whip lazy trainees into shape.
Nothing like that. Our coach just wants to fine-tune her gym equipment so people can target different muscle groups more easily. She mentioned something about a rowing machine to focus on back muscles, as well as a pec deck and a leg press machine.
Damn.
The parts that connect the ropes and weight plates wear out easily, but they need to be strong. So Coach Yan-san thought she'd give Fontanian Clockwork Mecha a try. It all sounds so technical. When did fitness turn into some kind of complex engineering problem? To be honest, I don't really get all the details either. But if it works out, I'll be sure to train according to her revised method. And if it doesn't, we can always stick to the good old methods. If you're interested, I can show you a few beginner exercises the next time you drop by our tribe. You'll be able to smash the records without even breaking a sweat. I know it.
Sure thing. Time to flex those guns.
Paimon will pass on that one. She'll be rooting for you from the sidelines, though.
Oh god, buff Paimon would be a nightmare.
You can always try the equipment we keep for little Saurians, Paimon. As long as you start out with the super lightweights, you'll be fine. Weight training's for everyone, you know. As long as you put in the effort and keep it, anyone can develop rock-solid muscles. No!
Buff Paimon. There she is.
Alright, time to show off how fast I can run. I'm gonna go have a blast, then come back, calm down, and focus on running my fruit stall.
Don't forget to grab some water.
That's right! Last thing you'd want is to get too absorbed in having fun, then suddenly realize you're starving because you haven't eaten anything for hours.
I feel cold out.
Funnily enough, Paimon can think of someone else with a bad habit of getting so into things that they forget to eat. No matter how busy you are, nothing's more important than staying well-fed, hydrated, and healthy.
Y'all, she's talking about me. That's what I do. I forget to eat because I get busy. Ooh, I wonder who that is. They need to fix that habit, that's for sure. It's me, guys. It's me.
No need to worry about me, guys. I do a lot of long-distance running, so I always make sure to bring some food and water with me. This time is no exception.
Veressa steps into movie masterpieces.
Woohoo! That was incredible! How was it? Did you get through all the levels? It was amazing! Not only did I get a super high score, but I also checked up on every homage to the original films, and even recreated several iconic scenes starring comic book superheroes.
Ooh.
I'll focus on doing business this time round, but if there's ever another event like this, please let me know as early as possible. I want in!
We'll let you know for sure.
Yep. You know what? We should let you design the levels! I'm sure all the fans will be thrilled! That would be great! Anyway, back to business. Time to focus on my fruit stall. I'm gonna make a name for my orchard in Fontaine.
Nice. Okay, now we can also talk to Dia. Dia. I think she's up here. Oh yeah, I see her. Hi Dia, been a while since I've seen you around. I think last time I saw her was in the most recent Lantern Rite, if I remember correctly. Hey Nebula, Paimon. What a coincidence running into you guys here.
Dia? Paimon didn't expect to see you here either!
Here to see the sights? Haha, as it turns out, both. A while back, Myself and some other members of the Blazing Beasts were invited over to star in an adventure film here in Fontaine. The film was pretty well received, so as soon as the director heard about this event, we were invited here as guests. To satisfy the audience, the director took pains to recreate sets from the film.
Guess that's not scenery most Fontainians see every day, huh?
Did you appear in the film, Dia? Me? Unfortunately, I got a little too into one of the action scenes, accidentally wrecked half the set, and got the boot. I ended up just doing odd jobs instead.
Wait, aren't fight scenes supposed to be as realistic as possible? Surely the more punches that land, the better.
Well, the production team didn't have much of a budget, so if they'd shot a few more takes and the set collapsed again, they would have gone bust. Plus, even the toughest fighter we had in the crew, Uncle Skymatar, I don't know how you say that, couldn't last more than a few moves against me. And what was his role in the film? Actually, no, he was playing one of the key villains, and was supposed to perform a grand sword dance in front of the protagonist. If things had gone how they were meant to, it would have been an amazing fight scene. But the lead actor, exhausted from working all day, was so hungry and in a rush to wrap the scene that he improvised and pretended to shoot him with a gun instead. After thinking it over, the director decided to keep the scene, and to our surprise, the audience loved it. It even turned Uncle Skymatar into a bit of a star. Skymatar, I really don't know. Thought I'd seen that guy somewhere before. In a little while, he's gonna be very busy signing autographs for her fans. Something I should really be helping out with, actually. But now that I've run into you guys, how about this? I go give them a heads up, get them to cover for me, and then we go out for a drink or two.
You sure that's okay?
Hey, we're old friends, so why not? Running into you and Paimon here in a foreign land is the best surprise I've had today. I heard about a bar called the Rusty Rudder along the coast to the southeast. I'll see you there. Yay! Oh, found it. Here we go.
Finally done for the day.
Here you are. I took the liberty of ordering you a Misty Sunrise. It's basically Biol fruit juice, but flavored with romaritime flower and Nilotpala lotus extracts. For Paimon, I picked Cloud Top Slumber, a special blend of milk and single origin Yawan tea, topped with whipped cream and sugar.
They both sound delicious. But how come you seem so familiar with this bar when it's your first time here? Paimon's never even heard of the drinks you ordered us.
We wouldn't even know where to start. All part of the job. Being a mercenary means adapting to the new environments. You get used to dealing with the unknown. Taverns in different parts of Tevat all have unique customs, sure, but you pick up some tricks when it comes to chatting up bartenders. Honestly, having a stable job might bring you a sense of structure and security, but it sure gets boring over time. Never a dull moment when I'm with you guys, though. There's always something unexpected to keep me on my toes. Yeah, we've seen some really wild stuff. Anything exciting lately? I'm all ears.
Where do we begin? Literally everything that's happened has been pretty incredible, if you think about it.
You tell Dia about your recent experiences. Woo, the jobs you've taken on are no joke. If a mercenary was to price them, anyone would be worth what some merchants make in 6 months. Which reminds me, have you ever thought about part-timing as a hired sword? Every now and then, the Blazing Beasts receive commissions from some really far-flung places. If you guys were on board, we wouldn't need to cut deals with outsiders.
Huh? So we could become mercs too?
It sure sounds like a pretty cool title. Well, who says you can't be both? You're also an You're also an honorary Knight of Mondstadt, right? As far as I see it, every new title is a new opportunity, a foot in the door wherever you go. Besides, with your skills, who'd dare to push tasks on you? If it suits you, take it. If not, just turn it down. You'd be the one calling the shots.
That actually makes a lot of sense. When you think about it, it's not all that different from adventure commissions. Who knows? Maybe we'll find jobs where we can help a lot of people while also bringing in a nice chunk of Mora. Wouldn't hurt to build connections with Dia's Eremite friends either, would it?
Sure, we can try it out. Awesome. In that case, I'll have a word with my guys and gals when I get back. I'll try to get you first dibs on the best and most lucrative jobs. We'll need to figure out which areas we'll be assigning you commissions for, but I'll talk that over with the others. Nice! Ugh. Traveler in Paimon, good news! I spoke to my crew. All blazing beasts are fully all on board with the idea. Any commissions we receive from the region west of the Hypostyle Desert, north of the desert of Hadramavath, east of Adravi Valley, and the south of Ashavan Realm are yours. Man, I feel so horrible butchering the pronunciation of all these words. We haven't had many lately, but in the past, we've gotten a good few ones every year. The pay's insane, but so are the risks. The type of work that normally calls for a team of heavily armed mercs. But this should be just right for you. If it were any easier, you might not even break a sweat. Sounds perfect.
You're so quick, Dia! Everyone agreed just like that! Guess that means we're now official partners of the Blazing Beast! Hooah! Watch out, world! There's a couple of new mercs on the scene! Maybe Paimon should give herself a proper mercenary name.
And when you're working in other nations, don't forget to give the Blazing Beast a little plug now and then. We protect, you prosper. Anyway, I'll send a letter to the Adventurers Guild in various places when a job comes up. Make sure you check your mail.
It's a deal!
Nice! It looks like the next one we've got to unlock is Lynette. So I'll have to reach level 8 with Eclectic Escapades to be able to do hers. Time to speak to Lynette. Lynette! There she is, right there. Hello, Lynette. Where's your brother? Why isn't he with you? He's usually with you. Detecting the arrival of my two most esteemed friends. Activating chat mode. Hello, Traveler in Paimon. Hello, Lynette. Yes, a director we know invited us to come here and unwind. Just as well, it's an opportunity to recharge.
Us? Wait, but Paimon hasn't seen Lenny anywhere!
Yeah. Well, that's his own fault. Oh no, what'd he do? Lenny, what you done? We've been working with this director a lot lately, so my brother took it upon himself to familiarize himself with their style and ended up watching all of their films.
All of them? That's some serious dedication right there.
The issue is, the director is famous for psychological horror films. Oh, the bro gave himself nightmares. Lenny got so into the plot twist that he didn't sleep properly for 3 days straight and ended up completely messing up his sleep cycle.
Paimon had no idea Lenny was so into horror films.
He tends to get very absorbed in his magic shows, so he probably finds it easy to relate to the characters. The way the director uses psychological suggestion is quite similar to how we use it in our shows, after all. My brother's still over at the actor's residence. If I had to guess, he's either catching up on sleep or analyzing those films. So that's why I'm out here recharging all by myself.
Well, that's a side of Lenny we've never seen before.
Now I'm curious about these plot twists myself.
Don't even think about roping Paimon into this!
I don't want to watch the spooky movies. Me neither. I don't like jump scares or stories that give you the chills afterwards. Shouldn't films be relaxing? Something with beautiful visuals, or at least a simple plot that doesn't require too much thinking.
Sounds like eclectic escapades would be more to your liking then. Want to give it a try?
Thank you. I've actually done so already. I really liked it. But maybe watching others would be even more entertaining. I get you.
Is that really that entertaining? Still, if you're interested in the attraction, why not become a consultant? That way you'd get to see more of the visitors' reactions too!
That doesn't sound like a bad idea. And as it happens, I do have a few days off before filming starts. But first, I need to help Lenny pull himself together. I noticed an attraction nearby called Mellow Manor. That looks really relaxing. Sounds like just what my brother needs to take his mind off those horror films. Plus, some magic tricks require animal assistance, so it'll be a chance for me to learn more about their habitats. Why don't we go invite Lenny in person later on?
Great idea! If we can get Lenny on board, the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland will be even more popular than it
It's
already
not
is!
a Fontaine event if Lenny's not there. Lenny, I'm back. The Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland is so much fun. There are lots of cute little animals. Come on, take a break from those horror films already. Did Bro fall asleep? I wouldn't be surprised.
Delighted to hear that you've been enjoying yourself, but I need to concentrate on this film for now. Those animal assistants will have to wait. I just need a little more sleep. Every time I close my eyes, I keep thinking of new tricks. So tired. Can't sleep, but can't get up either.
Honestly, I relate to that. I relate to the feeling of being so tired, but you can't sleep, but you can't get up. There'll be cute animals to play with.
That's right, Lenny! A change of pace should stop your mind from wandering.
Wait, Traveler? Paimon? You two are here as well?
They're the managers of the park, and I'm about to become a sultan for one of the attractions too.
In that case, count me in. Not just for my own sake, of course, but to support my friends.
My God.
Give me a moment to freshen up.
If there's one person Lenny can't say no to, it's you, Traveler. You're in a league all of your own. That goes without saying. I'm not exactly sure how long my brother meant by a moment, so why don't we meet up back at the venue?
Sounds good! Getting Lenny to cheer up and visit the amusement park's surely our greatest success yet!
Oh my God, of course Lenny didn't want to go, and then as soon as he heard the Traveler's voice, he's like, oh wait, is that the Traveler? Okay, hold up, I'll be right there. Oh wow. Lenny, I know what you are, Lenny. I know what you are. Radio. There they are. Ooh, crab. Thanks. Gotta love just stealing crabs off the street. Anyways, hello there, you two. Squirrels.
Thanks for inviting me to come down, you two. I must say, I feel like a new man after visiting the park and seeing all those adorable animals.
Yeah, it's totally the animals.
Seems like Lynette has her eye on some great potential animal assistants, too.
Fremine often works with blubber beasts anyway, so I think they'd make a great fit. Father has spoken of how obedient and well-behaved squirrels are, so they're a great choice too.
Oh, and did you see those weird mushrooms? Can we take home a few of those as well?
I don't know if you want to take home the fungi. I mean, I won't stop you, but...
That might not be possible. These fungi have been specially trained, you know? They're like the stunt actors of the elemental world.
If you're after soft and squishy, there are other options. Okay then, I'll wait for you to bring us a little kitty. Oh.
Are you sure about that? Paimon's pretty sure we've never seen a cat anywhere near as big and as soft as a fungus.
Get them a Maine Coon. They can get pretty big and fluffy. Woohoo! Oh, hello there, Lenny. You're still standing there.
I feel so much better after seeing those animals. They're all so carefree. The other two attractions were great too. In fact, they've given me a new idea. An interactive magic show with a moving stage. We'll start working on it as soon as we've finished filming.
That'd be interesting. Where did Lynette go though? Oh, she might be over by Eclectic Escapades, I guess. Hello? Oh yeah, there she is, over there. Cool. Now, next we gotta upgrade all 3 attractions to level 11. Then we can talk to Farina. Hey, finally do Farina's friendly encounter. It's actually kind of funny because I'm playing as Farina. Hey. Hey, bestie.
Why, hello there, traveler, Paimon. I sensed your enthusiasm from a mile off. You were so bright, I could have taken you for an opera singer in full falsetto.
Farina, you're finally here!
Ah, our star has arrived.
Thank you. I am just as thrilled to be here as you are to have me. More seriously, I'm not the star this time. That's you two, alongside all the creators sharing their passion for film with the world. Honestly, when I was first asked to approve the plans, I thought this would just be a small event. I never imagined that the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland would expand to this scale so quickly.
Yeah, thinking back to when we first arrived, it really has all come together in no time.
At this rate, who knows? Someday it could become as iconic as the Fontanalia Film Festival itself. And we have the two of you to credit for much of that. I've suggested to several renowned directors that we award you the title Pioneers of the Film Industry. In contrast to the Farina Award, which is more of a public honor, this title is a mark of true recognition from within the industry itself, a reflection of both outstanding achievement and hard work.
With great recognitions comes even greater responsibility.
Wow, even you're getting serious now.
Come now, no need for any of that. Just relax and enjoy the moment. Speaking of which, I've actually been preparing a little survey. How about we randomly select some visitors to give us feedback about the park?
Did Paimon hear that right? Farina carrying out a customer satisfaction survey?
Well, given that it bears the name of my dear friend Surintendant Cheval Moran, isn't it only natural that I conduct a bit of research on her behalf? Besides, the more famous a star becomes, the more important it is to stay in touch with reality, no?
True.
Plus, it's amazing how much you learn just by listening to other people's take on films.
Paimon always assumed celebrities just get their assistants to handle everything for them. But it sounds like it's actually pretty hard work. Then again, maybe Farina's just an outlier.
Damn.
There we are, all set to go. Now, let's take a stroll nearby and randomly pick out some visitors to ask a few key questions.
I know our sister said she doesn't particularly like Farina because of how she can
These
seem
suggestions
stuck
are
up.
surprisingly
But I think she's
detailed.
actually pretty nice
Choosing
person,
film
personally.
prototypes, recreating the scene cutting process, budget management for costumes, makeup, and set design. Oh, Paimon's head is spinning. Why is everyone so professional? Also, nearly Every single person we spoke to said they wanted to see Lady Farina perform. Your popularity is off the charts!
No surprise there.
To tell you the truth, I've no plans to perform this time around. Any star worth their salt knows their role. When I take center stage, all the spotlights are on me, and rightly so. But as a guest, I should step back and let others shine. So instead of performing myself, I'd prefer to support you from behind the scenes. Perhaps as a consultant for one of your attractions, for instance?
Now that you mention it.
Hey, that's right! Movie Masterpieces is all about film expertise. There really would be no better candidate than you!
Oh, wonderful! Then I shall give this role my very heart and soul. Once I've had a moment to prepare, we can meet up for a slice of gâteau from my pâtissière suprême before we get started.
Yay. Where is Farina now? I don't see her. Oh, wait, there she is. Hello there.
Simply exquisite. As amazing as ever. Escoffier, have you ever considered starring in your own film? I can see it now. Val's en cuisine. A riveting tale about the art of extreme cooking. I'm sure it would be a hit.
As it happens, I'm already doing something similar. A brand consultant has been filming my training sessions with students and incorporating them into films about Fontanian cuisine.
Oh, no. No. A documentary won't do. I'm talking about something with a bit more drama. Your experiences as a chef could be turned into a scintillating story. In fact, I'll even write it myself.
Before you finalize it, please let me review the culinary terms, especially when it comes to how ingredients are handled, the timings and the quantities.
Great! It's settled then. And actually, I think I'd like to bring in the Traveler and Paimon as directors. Something tells me that the three of you working together would really get the creative sparks flying. We could create something truly magical here.
No problem! That said, now that we've been granted Director Farina's approval, we'll really have to step up our game.
God. Director Farina, show us the way.
Excellent. I believe in you both. The gâteau was sublime as ever, Escoffier. Now, about time we got to work. I'll start drafting the script on the side, while serving as the consultant for movie masterpieces. Wish me luck!
Yay! So, I think all we gotta do is just finish upgrading movie masterpieces, and then I think I'm done and should be able to move on to the epilogue. So, I'm gonna do that now. Alrighty. Now it should be the epilogue.
Now that things have reached this point, we should add
a pinch of salt.
A dash of pepper, actually.
Brilliant.
Huh? You two aren't talking about a new dessert menu by any chance, are you?
Pepper sounds a bit out of place in a dessert.
Not desserts.
Oh, we're talking about the script. Oh, my dear partner, photographer, rookie director. Our creativity must keep up with the overflowing enthusiasm of our fans. There's no room for dull scripts on my stage. Plot twists should strike the audience like a cloud of pepper, leaving them sneezing in surprise. Achoo!
The same logic applies in catering. I once heard Miss Emily mention that pepper could be used in perfumes. Perhaps I could find a way to make it work in desserts too.
A peppery kick to complement the delicate sweetness of cream, perhaps.
Wow, the two of them seem to be working together so well. I'm struggling to imagine what a pepper cake would taste like, though.
Yeah, me too.
Well, well, what do we have here? Escoffier's making a new cake?
Yes, and she's peppering in some new ideas.
Oh, how exciting! When it's ready, do let me know. I'd love to try it.
Is it just Paimon, or does it seem like everyone's even more enthusiastic now that they've finished their work?
Why shouldn't they be? When your hard work pays off, that's when you should celebrate. It's like a batch of fresh macarons. You should never let fear of sweetness stop you from adding all the filling you please. After all, if there's ever a time to pile on the sugar, it's when you're making macarons. Pile on the sugar!
Pile on the sugar!
And why are we piling on the sugar?
Lapine Pauline jump scare.
Lapine Pauline, you're here! Is it ready?
It?
Of course! It all went according to plan.
Huh? Were you off on some kind of important task?
I was indeed. Please accept this.
What's this? Ooh! It's like a little mappy thingy with where everyone was.
Oh, wow! It's a panoramic view of the amusement park with everyone's illustrations on it!
Since the film Fantasyland has been such a success, we decided to create a unique souvenir to remember it by. We built this park together brick by brick, so we decided we'd all contribute to drawing this map together too.
To be fair, it was mostly thanks to Miss Lapine Pauline. She's our expert when it comes to drawing after all. We all did our best to leave our own marks too.
That's right! And on top of that, Traveler, I'm offering you a most special privilege.
Oh?
You get to add a mustache to my portrait!
Wait, what? Awesome! A fancy white run?
Cream flavored, huh? Very traditional, but also very delicious. You have my approval.
Oh, that looks... Wait, you can see she's got the little moustache on her drawing. That's so silly. I love that.
All right then. Now that you're the proud owner of this commemorative map, you can draw as many different flavored mustaches on it as you like.
Oh my god.
Sounds like a pretty tasty map. We'll look after it well.
Tasty?
Great. Your satisfaction is our #1 priority. Everything's all in order. Now it's time to relax. Forget about work and just enjoy the park.
Wait, was that it? Huh. Interesting. I kind of thought we would check in with, like, Wriothesley and Kadich and whatnot, but I suppose not. I'm gonna just have a quick look to see if they're lurking around anywhere. Okay, so I guess that is all for this quest. Doesn't seem to be anything else to do, but if I do find anything else, I will most likely make a video on it. So that is all. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye!